In this video, I'm warming up the audience for a showcase for my 45 days to 45 minutes class. It's a simple demonstration of how to quickly warm up the audience using dilemma in a storytelling type scenario. Notice how the audience's energy starts to match my energy immediately, but there's no forced yelling or fake emotion. And listen for the joke writing lesson. Enjoy. This is nice. Look at this. Got a nice room here. How are you? Yeah, we got a woo over here and nothing over here. Get it up here, pussies. Let's do. Did I just say that? Get it up there, fuckers, right? So we're in a playful mood. I was teaching a workshop from, let's see, 10 o'clock till, 10 till 3, right? And then now I'm here for this. It's like my mind is a buzz, you know that? You ever do that? That's like just a buzz, that's it. That's where my head is right now. That and the Adderall, you know, that'll take you there. Anybody ever use this stuff, this Adderall? I remember what happened. You've used it, right? So it's like I got diagnosed. I was coaching somebody via Skype who happened to be a psychiatrist, right? And he says, has anybody ever told you that you might be ADHD? You might have adult onset ADD? I go, squirrel. You know, he's like, I go, he's like, well, you should go get diagnosed because, you know, you get all over the place. I go, okay, I'll do that. He gave me a referral. I went to this guy. He said, gave me a test. He said, definitely ADHD. You should try this Adderall. All right, sounds good. I'm not a pill guy, but I'll give it a shot if it helps me focus. Right, so I was in Hollywood. I was we were writing some scenes for a movie, and I knew I had to be here for class. And so I go, you know, I probably should take this now to be focused for class. So I took the Adderall, and I was in the car driving from West Hollywood here. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, I am, wow, focused, man. I am so focused. And it's like I don't feel that like buzz from like caffeine and shit, no jitters, no no-dos. This is great, not Red Bull. This is like focus. I ran a red light. What the hell? I was so focused on where I was going that I wasn't present. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly what happened. That was like wild. Nobody's ever done that? Adderall is one of the most prescribed drugs besides insulin in the world, and nobody raised their hand except one person in a crowd of about 40 people. I don't buy it. Some people, how many people have an STD? Anybody? Well, while we're asking the questions. So welcome. This is the 45 days to 45 minutes course. It's a very unique course. What we do is people have gone through the levels of the courses and they understand the fundamentals of comedy writing. They take this course, and the course is designed to push them to write 5 to 8 minutes a week of new material. Then, so that each week they bring it, they put it on a Google Doc, and then we pop it up on the screen, and I go through with them line by line and help them punch it up. So it'd be great if I actually knew anything about comedy to help them. But the fuck, they pay me money and I do it. Hey, yeah, let's do this. That sounds funny. You know, just right here with my pants down to my ankles. That'll be funny. But you know, I was on the road for 30 years as a stand-up, and then I wrote for Tonight Show with Jay Leno for 8 years. So I have some, and I founded the Writers Forum at the Friars Club. So I'm so excited to be able to pay it forward, to help people learn that this can be taught. And most people don't think it can be taught, and it can. We'll run a quick example right now. One of the techniques that work is called incongruity, when two dissimilar ideas converge, right? So Jerry Seinfeld does that by imposing human traits on an animal or an inanimate object. So Seinfeld might say, what is it with bugs? He might say, I don't think horses really know they're racing. I think horses are at the starting gate going, I know there's a bag of oats at the end of this, and I want to get there first. So that's how Seinfeld does. He always thinks, what would a horse be thinking? What would a dog be thinking? Gives them, you know, human traits, and that's incongruity at play, right? Another way to do it is to just take two dissimilar ideas, converge them. Like if I said, I'm Irish and Native American. That's my lineage, Irish and Indian, Irish and American Indian. So you know pretty much I have VIP seats waiting for me at any AA meeting, quite frankly. Yeah, I walk into that meeting, it's like, oh shit, Running Bear O'Reilly, come on in. We have a chair for you in the front row. So now we've taken two dissimilar ideas and converged them and sort of played it out a little bit. So if we can do that with analogy as well. Like Bill Burr uses is-likes. That's how he drives his act, with is-likes, right? This is like that, and it's usually something different. So for example, think of 5 things right now you think of when I say the word egg. Do you got them? Do you have them? What's your name? Audrey. So give me some 5 of the things you might think about when I say the word egg.
Donuts.
Wow. She's not on Adderall, but she's on something. Right? The gin does it. So egg.
Bacon.
Bacon? Okay, good. What else? Hash browns. What else?
I don't know. Toast.
What do you picture when you see an egg? What's it look like? Wow. But, yeah, you're already trying to do incongruency rather than just describing what you see when you see an egg. We'll move on. What do you think about when you say the word egg? Yolk. Plate. Shell. Scrambled. Okay, stop right there. So now, if we added an analogy and you just said to the audience, my boyfriend, is it boyfriend? Husband? My husband is like an egg. Scrambled. Right, that's it. So what happens is when you say that, my husband, my girlfriend, my boyfriend, my girlfriend's like an egg, scrambled. So when you say my girlfriend's like an egg, the audience hears you state an illogical equation. And they're going, huh? And they want you to solve it for true. So when you solve it for true, they're laughing at the coincidence. Oh shit, I never thought about it that way. That's so true. Right? So if I say, my girlfriend's like an egg, hard on the outside, soft on the inside, and I like her over easy, usually in the mornings. Right? So now you see how those coincidental things just show up. Now if we said, for example, my girlfriend, my ex, is like a smartphone. And if you listed all these things about smartphones, anybody? You're playing with me now? Somebody said something, right? Somebody had something. Complicated? Okay. My ex is like a smartphone?
Turns off when you're in the middle of the phone.
Yeah, it turns off when I get on her. Can you get on a cell phone? Yeah. Can you get on your ex? Yes. Can she be turned off? Can a phone be turned off? Can a girlfriend be turned off? Yes. And especially when I'm on them. Right? So, can you hear me now? Like I said, if I even went further with that smartphone, I could say my ex is like a smartphone. I could usually find her, a good chance I can find her at least 1 bar. Because she's also like a funny car, alcohol fueled. So you see how you do that? That's a pretty easy way to learn comedy. All you have to do is solve it for true. Now the trick with the analogy is it has to be true for the one item, like in this case the smartphone by itself. Like if I said, usually find it at least 1 bar, I can say that about my phone and it doesn't sound wrong, right? I can usually find it at least 1 bar. And I can say that about my ex, who was an alcoholic, I could usually find her at least 1 bar. Right? So if I stated my ex is like an alcoholic, she's kind of like a smartphone. At any given point, I could usually find her at least 1 bar. So you go, oh my God, that fits them both. What a coincidence. That's kind of how comedy works. So that's just one technique. So you can also use a reverse technique, which is where we create an assumption and then we shatter the assumption. Like for example, if I say to you, I'm trying to teach my daughter how to tie her shoes, you're going to create an assumption. The assumption might be a vision of how you see my daughter, what she looks like, age, that sort of thing. If I say, I'm trying to teach my daughter how to tie her shoes, which is weird because she's 17, that'll get a quip or a little tickle. And then I can say, actually 5 years old, trying to teach her how to tie her shoes, and she's a little stubborn. She's like, Dad, I can't, Dad, I can't. I said, how many times have I told you not to use that word? I am not your dad. So now you have surprise and ambivalence working there, because you shouldn't probably say to your daughter, you're not her dad, might fuck with her head or something. She's in jail. Now, remember, if you have any questions about comedy writing, you can hit me up on Twitter. My handle is @JokeDoctor, and hit it with the hashtag of AskTheJokeDoctor. And if you enjoy the videos you see here, feel free to subscribe. You're going to see that bell that shows up right to the right of that. Hit that bell, and that way you get the reminders when I upload new videos. Bye-bye.